What is up, everyone? JD here. I hope you're doing well today. We're going to be doing my full review of the Giant Mouse Ace Yacht. I think I got it all in there, and it is a mouthful. Let's get into it. All right, so what we're going to be doing today is we're going to do some size comparisons on the Ace Yacht. We are going to do profile comparison just to see how thin or thick the knife is, and then weigh it, thoughts and impressions. That should be pretty much everything today. So we're going to go ahead and move the pouch to the side. Let's go ahead. I don't want to lose that. And jump into thoughts and impressions. Actually, size comparisons first. So we got the Spyderco Para 3, which is very close in size to this. This is definitely more of a medium-sized knife, in my opinion. And then here it is against the Spyderco Shaman. So it is close to the Shaman. It's just a little bit smaller overall. The Shaman, with the backspacer included, is just longer overall. And it is just a little bit longer on the handle than the Para 3 and a little bit longer than the tip. So I would call this more medium. I think the Para is more of a smaller size EDC, kind of like your summer type carries. We'll go ahead and bring out a couple of budget knives. Here it is against the Devo Knives Growler version 2, and then here it is against the Civivi Vision FG. So very close in size to the Vision FG, a tiny bit bigger than the Growler version 2 from Devo Knives. Hopefully this has helped you as far as like the length on it. Let's go ahead and do some profile comparing. It is a little bit thicker with the contoured scales than the Vision FG. And then here it is against the flat scales of the Spyderco Shaman, and you can see with those contoured scales a little bit thicker. Let's grab the scale. Let's check what the real world weight is on this one. I feel like this has got to be like a 4-ounce knife. Okay, coming in at 4.3 ounces. Yeah, it doesn't feel very heavy. It's got a nice weight to it. I do appreciate that. Let me read the specs to you. Giant Mouse, according to the website over there on Blade HQ, you got an 8-inch length with a 3.37-inch Magna Cut blade, G10 scales, nested liners, and I think it said a titanium backspacer if I remember correctly. Magna Cut Super Steel. They don't list the heat treat though. They do not list the heat treat. It is an Italian made knife. The Jagt, it is a Anzo and Vox collaboration design, which is the case for most of them. Let me just go back really quick to Giant Mouse's website. I don't think I saw anything about heat treat, but I'm gonna check. I pulled up the green micarta, but $215 on the price. By the way, I don't think I mentioned the price. $215. No advertisement on the heat treat on there, but they've been running like 61, 62, so a little bit light on the heat treat. All right, thoughts and impressions. It is a comfortable knife with the exception of the edge here on the G10 variant. I don't know if the micarta is like that. A little sharp. You can feel a little bit of that kind of digging in, and the pocket clip, you can feel its presence, but no sharp or hot spots there for me in particular. It is a little tight as far as goes. 3 3/4 fingers fitting on here at 3.37 inches. I am really stretching to get out to that mid jump here, but if I just use the full handle without putting any fingers in the cutout or the indentation for access to the lock bar, I fit perfectly on the knife. I'm able to get my thumb on here right in the middle of the thumb pad. Feels very comfortable. I'm not too close to the edge here. I feel like I got nice full grip with the contoured scales, and I feel the pocket clip even less in this position versus when I come back. When I come back, I can feel it kind of hitting a little bit here. When I'm actually just using the full handle and not trying to use that cutout as the finger guard, I'm able to kind of get it more into that softer part of the palm. no issues whatsoever. It is a little bit of a thicker geometry. I do have a piece of paper here that I tested another knife on earlier. A little bit of a thicker geometry. That's my fault. I cut it on the choil there, but it feels like the edge is okay. I don't know what type of cutting Kevin may have done with this. I think I'm actually early on the list. It does feel like it's kind of getting hung up a little bit here towards, maybe not. No, it's probably just me catching it like that instead of coming all the way over here. So good factory edge. I will be curious. I'm going to watch this go through the pass around group just to see what that edge does as it gets further down the line and people are testing it. I'm very curious to see how it'll hold up. You have a anodized titanium backspacer. Lanyard hole off the back of the knife, that's fine. As far as how it carries, because of that fold over clip, you really don't have much of the knife left over. A little bit, but I don't think that's too apparent. Jimping on the flipper tab is nice and it works well. The opening hole, it has a good sharpness to it. It's not going to dig in or cut into the finger. You're going to be able to get the meat of your finger in there, kind of like that, and let it rip. Detent on it is good. The lock bar is actually pretty stout, and it does have a good cutaway. And I believe Kevin said for him, with more medium-sized hands, he's able to get in there okay. It's a little snug for me to get my thumb in there, but I am able to do it. Again, I think Italians probably just start to close the knife, get it to about that point, and then just let it fall home from there. Action on it is very good. The detent on it is good. Build quality is good. No side to side, no up and down. The grind on it looks good. I love this blade shape. This blade shape is really good for those draw cuts. And then again, choking up to get out to the detailed work or to get into your power cuts. It's, really good hand position. Just a little bit of sharpness right here. I would like to see them kind of knock that down. And it could be because this micro milling, the way that it kind of ends here on the scales, it could be that's what I'm feeling. It's not awful, but I think if you were breaking down a bunch of cardboard or you were whittling or whatever you're going to be doing with your knife, you're going to probably eventually start to feel that. Overall, I really like the design of this. It's kind of got like a little bit of a recurve up here on the top here, and that causes it to like really come up to meet the finger. But the tip drops down here, and you got good belly, and it's going to slice and cut very well. It moved through the cardboard nicely. It has a crown spine here, which I think Giant Mouse does on a lot of their knives. I really appreciate that. It kind of just gives it a little bit more of that upper end type feel versus just a straight termination there on the top there, just a little bit more curvature to it. Something that I like. That's a little detail that I really like on their knives. Bearing knife, I don't know if these are stainless steel or ceramic. Did it say it on the website? Let's go back. Let me try. Is there another website beside Blade HQ? Probably not. Knife Center. Let's see if Knife Center says. Let's see. We got all of them are 250. They have multiple options too. Multiple option, which is nice. No, it just says bearings. It does say wire clip. So I think this was just something they included with Kevin's to show that they do offer that if you wanted an aftermarket one. And no heat treat indicated on Knife Center's website either. So all the specs are the same though. 8 inches, they say 3.27 on the blade, and I don't have my tape measure, so either 3.37 or 3.27 depending on who has the typo. Let's see. This I know is 3 inches, right? Okay. So 3.27, yeah, probably about right. This one here is 3.5. Somewhere between 3.27 and 3.37. I think all of Kevin's knives thus far are 3.37, so let's just or 3.3, sorry, 3.3. Trying to line it up from the pivot. I'd say probably 3.37 probably sounds about right, because Devo does 3.3 on the majority of their knives. He likes that sweet spot. Just a really cool knife. I don't think that I missed anything on here. Steel liners, they're milled out for a little bit of weight reduction. 4.7 ounces, not bad for the size of the knife and what you're getting. I wish they would go to a captive pivot system instead of having to use 2 bits to take it apart. I like the design. I like the blade shape. You know, I like a lot of the designs from Giant Mouse. You know, some of their knives are a little too small for me, but you know, those Italians got small hands. What can I say? What are your thoughts about the Giant Mouse Yacht? Ace Yacht, sorry. I said it wrong in the unboxing. I almost messed up there again. Do you like this one? Isn't it interesting? 215 bucks. That is a really good price point, and they have G10 or micarta available, multiple colors. It's going to be a great EDC. I like this one. Let me know your thoughts down below. Shout out to everyone out there that leaves the likes, comments, is subscribed, and watches the video. I appreciate all the support. I love you guys, and I hope you have a fantastic week. Until next time, peace.